Everything's super hot and humid and people are having barbecues and eating watermelons, and I just thought that this would be a cool and creative way of also eating your watermelons while having it be an awesome centerpiece. So here are the watermelon popsicles.
Okay, so I started off by cutting up 2 cups of watermelon, and you needed 2 cups after you blend it, and that really depends on the size of your popsicle chamber, so you're gonna have to test that out. Next, I put in about a packet of stevia sweetener, and this, because the fruit is already sweet, it doesn't tamper too much with the flavor other than adding a little additional sweetness, but that depends on how sweet your watermelon is as well. So you can see for each of the chambers, mine's is a little bit smaller than your typical kind of rectangular ones, but I put in about a 1/4 cup each, and as a general guideline, just as long as I would say your watermelon should be about 2/3, a little bit more than 2/3 of your popsicles. So these go into the freezer first, and because these are like the special kinds of molds, I couldn't fit in the popsicle sticks that I wanted, so I'm going to actually put them in at the end. So you want to freeze them for about, I would say about 4 hours. Surprisingly, they take a long time to freeze. So in the meanwhile, I'm going to prepare that kind of that middle white layer. So I'm going to take, it's going to require about a tablespoon each of the coconut milk. So I like it to be a little bit thicker, but I thinned it down with a little bit of almond milk as well. And then about a 1/2 packet of the stevia sweetener, just to kind of bring out that coconut flavor a little bit. And then what's nice about having a thicker consistency coconut milk is that it sits on top of the watermelon layer a little bit better, because it does tend to melt it a little bit, so you want to make sure that the coconut milk is cool before you add it in. So just like this, I'd say about another hour before it's ready to go. And then in the meanwhile, your last layer is going to be made with kiwi. So I cut mine, and it's going to be, I'm going to probably add about 2 tablespoons of kiwi into each chamber. So I cut about 2 kiwis, but that really depends on you, and then how sweet. Once again, about a 1/2 packet of the stevia sweetener. And I didn't blend it too much because I do like my chunky pieces of fruit in my popsicles. So you guys can see that right now. That's ready to go, and this is what I'm going to stick my popsicle sticks in. The middle is still a tad soft, so I'm able to put this in pretty easily, but you can see that now they stand up all by themselves, versus before it would have kind of, you know, flipped to the side. So I'm not totally measuring this other than just filling in the rest of the popsicles with the kiwi mixture. So I put this in actually overnight, but I think probably another hour or 2 these guys would be ready to go. So almost totally, probably about 6 hours from, you know, beginning to end. But obviously it's going to be better if you leave it overnight. So these popsicle thingies are interesting because there's like a silicone matte layer, and it was very much like pulling socks. I was kind of worried that I was going to pull out the popsicle stick, and I didn't want to be like too rough with it, but it was actually pretty easy. And because you have those, it doesn't stick, so you don't have to dip the popsicle into hot water or anything. And I actually put some chocolate chips on top, because it's supposed to mimic kind of the seeds a little bit, but I didn't end up doing it to all of them. But you can see how cool they look with like the little pieces of seeds in the kiwi. So it's like a really fruity but also a really creamy popsicle, which is great because you have kind of the beauty of both worlds of having it be like kind of ice creamy and then kind of really fruity and popsicle-y. And I just think that it is gorgeous to have this as a centerpiece to, let's say, a barbecue or something. So yeah, there you have it, guys, my watermelon popsicles. As usual, if you guys like this recipe, please hit like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys again next time. Stay cool.